Imagine standing on a rocky coastline, looking out at a grey, empty ocean. You've been told that once, not that long ago, thousands of enormous creatures filled this water with splashes and song, S-O-N-G. But you've never seen them because they were hunted, killed, almost to nothing, almost to extinction. But then, one morning, a dark shape surfaces in the water, then another and another, until the whole bay is alive with movement again. Today's podcast is a story about 3 environmental comebacks, returns that prove nature still knows exactly what to do. We just need to give a helping hand. And because you're listening in English, you'll pick up some great vocabulary for describing recovery and hope, as well as environmental matters, all through recent news. I'm Hilary, and this is your Learn Through Listening podcast from Adept English. Let's start with those dark shapes in the water. What are they? I'm talking here about humpback whales. That's W-H-A-L-E-S, the largest mammal of all. And where are they? In the South Atlantic. If you've ever seen a photograph of a whale breaching, that means breaking the surface of the water. Their whole body is above the waterline. That's breaching. If you've seen that, you'll know how breathtaking whales can be and how huge and enormous. But a century ago, 100 years ago, humpback whales were nearly lost altogether. The whaling industry, the fishing of whales, if you like, happened all across the South Atlantic. According to Smithsonian magazine, in just 12 years, whalers killed 24,000 humpbacks in a single bay, Cumberland Bay, in the South Atlantic, in South Georgia. Humpback whales were, as one scientist put it, absolutely wiped out. This behaviour, it's the opposite of sustainability, isn't it? Thank goodness we think differently these days. So how do you go from 24,000 whales killed to a healthy population of whales swimming freely? In 2019, a team of people led by marine ecologist Dr. Jennifer Jackson went back to Cumberland Bay. They counted 17 humpback whales in the bay. It's estimated that they are back to around 93% of the pre-whaling numbers. Pre-whaling, well, P-R-E means before, and whaling, it means before whaling became an industry. So to put it bluntly, these humpback whales have had an almost complete rebound. That's R-E-B-O-U-N-D. That's when something bounces back. But don't relax and think, oh, that's great. Humpback whales are out of the woods, as we say in English, meaning out of danger. There are other problems too, like the water, the seawater getting warmer. Let's move to coral reefs and bleaching. Coral, C-O-R-A-L, and bleaching, from to bleach, B-L-E-A-C-H. You might associate the word bleach with the liquid that you put down your toilet to clean it. But the type of bleaching we're talking about here is of coral. Corals or coral, those fantastic underwater structures that are actually living and which support the life of many other creatures and algae. A-L-G-A-E. When coral is put under stress from warm water, it turns white, like a ghost, as though it's been bleached. And if the heat continues, the coral dies. For years, the story has been coral reefs are collapsing, and there's not much we can do about it. But in 2026, some clever science is changing that. Now, experts like Sir Peter Mumby from the University of Queensland in Australia stresses that this isn't a magic fix. It's not a case of fix the coral and ignore climate change. But as the magazine Inside Climate News reports, scientists are now mapping entire super reefs. Those are reefs, coral reefs, which have shown that they can take the warmer waters, and that coral reefs can continue to support the life that lives on them. Thank goodness something is working. If you're enjoying this episode and you would like to feel hopeful while practicing your English, please subscribe at adeptenglish.com. You can get 8 extra episodes a month for a small fee without any adverts. And it's the same natural listen and learn method that you're using right now. Give your English language learning a real boost with this. Now let's move from the sea to the forest, and specifically the Amazon rainforest. This is Brazil's Atlantic forest, not the online company and website where we buy all kinds of things. The Amazon rainforest is one of the most biodiverse habitats in the world. Biodiversity, that's biodiversity. Biodiversity means the rich variety of plants, animals, insects that live in a particular place. And the Amazon rainforest is particularly biodiverse. But for decades, it has been chopped down into smaller and smaller areas because people want to raise cattle, cows, and plant sugarcane. But something quietly wonderful has been happening. For the first time in many, many years, there is more forest, not less. How is this happening? Well, a Manga Bay report from March this year tells the story of settlers, people who settle in the Pontal de Paranapamena region. Try saying that after a few drinks. This is through a project called Corridors of Life. They've planted 10 million trees across 6,000 hectares. That's an area the size of Manhattan, all covered in new forest. And the wildlife is responding. Researchers have recorded 174 bird species, that's types of birds, and 29 mammal species, that's types of mammal, mammal. They've even seen a jaguar. That's not a car, it's a big cat. Jaguar. Well, it is a car, but that's not what I mean here. A jaguar was photographed in 2024 for the first time in that area. Absolutely wonderful. But it gets even better. Another Manga Bay report reveals something really interesting. Scientists surveyed the plants growing in the new areas of rainforest and found that over half of them had commercial value. That means you could sell something from the plant. In medicines, cosmetics, that means makeup, and food. So the idea now is to build the kind of economy where keeping the forest, preserving it, actually pays for itself. So this isn't just another example of rewilding. That's rewilding, the large-scale restoration of natural habitats. No, it is also setting up an economy which will protect the rainforest, stop it from being chopped down. Brilliant. And this is the theme running through all 3 of these stories about the natural world, whether it's whales returning to a bay where they were once hunted, coral that can survive in warmer water, or a forest renewing itself, with the people living there also benefiting and becoming guardians of the forest. Whichever of those 3 stories you take, it's a story of hope and nature fighting back. Nature has an amazing ability to heal, just as long as we give help, the right conditions. We need to be good guardians, not of the galaxy, but of our own beautiful planet. And these are examples of it. We need to look after it, don't we? And just think about the wonderful English words you've learned listening to this. Rebound, rewilding, coral, humpback whale, biodiversity. Soon you'll be able to have your own conversations about the environment. How good is that?